the community can come together and fund a replacement for these systems, but also builds redundancy.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6.
It's special election night. A hot button issue in Yakima County has to do with your safety. Our Dan Hansen will explain.
Plus,
I wouldn't be too surprised to see deputies. What the hell?
is the Franklin County Jail changing hands? We're hearing direct from the sheriff.
And new at 6, our Monique Ledesma hears from Sunnyside Schools regarding next year's schedule.
And we've almost made it to the middle of the week. Stacy's here.
That's right, gorgeous weather outside. Take a peek on our Legends Casino Skycam. Sternwheeler's getting ready to leave. How long is it going to last? Stick around, I'll give you all the details. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Wendy Redmond.
And I'm Austin Reed. Good evening. Well, voters in several Washington counties are already casting their ballots in a special election.
With only a few hours left to drop your ballot off, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen breaks down the proposals and what they mean for you.
Voters in several counties across central Washington are making big decisions to have their say on a number of local propositions. We start in Benton County, where Proposition 1 is on the ballot. Voters here are being asked to approve a levy that would replace an expiring one and help fund programs and operations the state doesn't cover. If it passes, homeowners would see a tax rate of $1.89 per $1,000 of assessed property value in 2026, raising around $1.66 million for the district. That rate would go up slightly to $1.99 in 2027. In Walla Walla County, the Waitsburg School District is asking voters to approve a new levy focused on school safety and technology upgrades. This levy would come in at 80 cents per $1,000 of assessed value each year from 2026 through 2028, bringing in $200,000 annually for security improvements and updated classroom tech. Also in Walla Walla, Fire Protection Districts 1, 3, and 7 want to merge into a regional fire authority to be called the Walla Walla North County Fire. This measure would authorize up to $1.20 per $1,000 of assessed values starting in 2025, replacing the current fire district tax. Supporters say it would create a more efficient system for fire protection and emergency services across the region. And in Yakima County, Proposition 1 would bring a 0.2% sales tax increase. That's about 20 cents on a purchase of $100 to fund a countywide emergency radio system. Local law enforcement says the current system is outdated and limits communication between agencies.
So what we're trying to do is figure out a way that the community can come together and fund a replacement for these systems that not only improves the coverage that we currently have within the county, but also builds redundancy and puts everybody in the county on one system.
If approved, the proposition would raise $35 million to build a unified radio system that supporters say could save lives during major emergencies. The radios they currently use are over 40 years old, and if the power goes out, they lose all contact with dispatch. It's a serious concern when it comes to public safety.
There are multiple areas of the city where our radios currently just do not provide adequate coverage. And so in those situations, we're pulling a cell phone out of our pocket and dialing up dispatch's number and then talking to them on a cell phone, which, as you can imagine, in an emergency, if I'm a firefighter or if I'm a police officer and I'm trying to deal with maybe a difficult person, dialing 911 to call 911 is probably not the most efficient thing or safest thing to be doing.
Yakima County Auditor Charles Ross says April elections are rare and turnout is reflecting that.
We mailed out 133,000 ballots, and as of right now, there's about 22,000 return. So that's about a 17% return, which is about as low as they go.
Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Well, you can find election results as they come in throughout the evening on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
Time now to talk about our weather. Another gorgeous day. Will it continue, though?
I don't know, but Stacy just said, hurry up and get to my weather. She has something to show us. What are you showing us, Stacy?
Let's take a live look outside. The boat is taking off. It always leaves right around the 6 o'clock hour, and we actually are catching it as it leaves Richland and heads on up to, I believe it heads up the Snake River up to Lewiston. So good stuff. I hope, I want to wave to the folks on that little cruise ship right there. 64 degrees. It's gorgeous outside. We've had a few clouds today. Winds have kind of picked up this evening, about 11 miles an hour. We could see our camera shaking a little earlier. Temperatures are pleasant. We're in the 50s and 60s all through the area. Planning your night out tonight. There you go. Looking at those 60-degree temps. 8 o'clock, we're going to be down in the 50s. By 10, you'll be in the 40s. Weather pattern, not a whole lot going on. Pretty quiet, maybe a sprinkle in some of the Cascade Mountains, but overall, just quiet weather for tomorrow, and a warming trend with a ridge of high pressure starting to build and move into our area. Of course, today is Earth Day, so do something earthy today. Clear and chilly tonight, warmer temps in the 70s. We'll have that for several days in a row. Breezy winds, they're going to return as we head towards the weekend, and then those cooler temperatures move back in, sort of like last weekend coming up. I'll break it all down for you on the way. Austin, Wendy.
All right, Stacy, thank you. Developing tonight, Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond has issued a warning about a resolution on the Board of County Commissioners' agenda that would immediately transfer control of the Franklin County Jail from the Sheriff's Office to a newly created Department of Corrections. The resolution, introduced by the county administrator, is scheduled for consideration at tomorrow's board meeting and would take effect immediately upon signature, according to Raymond. The sheriff expressed concern about the abrupt nature of the proposed change, noting that his office was not consulted about the transfer of assets, staff authority, or maintaining order within the jail.
People at Pasco and the community needs to show up and tell the commissioners if they're for or against. It's the most ludicrous thing, and it's clearly just a shot over the bow at the office of sheriff. The county commissioners for a long time haven't liked that I've done my job and I've done it well, and they don't like that I'm outspoken.
Raymond also told us if this is approved, it will cost taxpayers more money in the end. The meeting is scheduled for tomorrow morning at 9 at the Franklin County Administration Building. It is open to the public, and Apple Valley News Now will be there to cover it. Today marks 1 full year since the tragic shooting on the campus of William Wiley Elementary School in West Richland.
Paraeducator Amber Rodriguez died after being shot by her ex-husband, Elias Weezar. Weezar was a former Yakima police officer who was facing multiple charges, including rape of a child. Weezar also shot and killed his 17-year-old girlfriend, Angelica Santos, at the home they shared in West Richland.
Weezar was later found in Oregon. He had his 1-year-old son that he shared with Santos. Oregon State Police caught up to Weezar on I-5 near Eugene. After a chase and shootout with police, he took his own life. The act of violence put a spotlight on hiring, communication, and background checks when hiring those who work in the school district. We'll have more on that coming up in a later broadcast.
Well, new from Yakima County, an 18-year-old just learned his sentence after taking police on a high-speed chase and injuring a sergeant. Angel Omar Zuniga Soriano got 12 years in prison on 1 count of felon in possession of a firearm, plus 3 years of supervised release. Last June, the teen involved with the Sereno Street Gang was driving a vehicle matching the description of a vehicle used in a robbery earlier that day in Wapato. When an officer in Toppenish spotted the vehicle, he tried to stop it. Instead, Zuniga Soriano led police on a high-speed chase, during which he fired a shot out of the driver's side window, injuring a sergeant.
Turning to a crime alert in northern Oregon, Hermiston police want people who are buying vape products to beware. Officers say a commercial burglary was committed on Friday in which a large number of vape products were stolen. The thieves also ran off with a large clear countertop display case measuring over 24 inches tall. They say if you hear of someone making killer deals on vape products that are not from a legitimate business, contact them right away. Now to educational news. Although this school year isn't quite over yet, the Sunnyside School District is already preparing for the next school year.
That they are, and the district is in its final phases now of deciding what the next 2025-26 school year calendar will look like. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma says if you're looking to give your input on the change, the clock is ticking.
The Sunnyside School District has sent out and opened a survey up for anyone within the community who's looking to give their input on two different calendar options. The Director of Student Support Services, Douglas Rogers, says this is the difference between option A and option B.
One is the full week of Thanksgiving, so Monday through Friday off, and the other is Wednesday through Friday off. And it's really funny, both staff are split on this and parents are split on this. Some say, oh my gosh, great, a full week of Thanksgiving, this is awesome. Others say, gosh, do we have to have a full week? Can we just have the 3 days? So it's nice that we have both those options.
Rogers says if it is decided to go with the calendar option for a full week off for Thanksgiving, it doesn't quite mean fewer school days in the school year.
Really, it pushes it out each way, either more into June or back further into August, because you have to fit those days in there. So it would kind of push it either way. So if you have 2 days you don't have school in November, you got to put those days somewhere, right? So it just pushes it out a little bit. So you might have a different start time or a different end time.
Establishing an updated calendar soon rather than later, Rogers says, helps them walk into the next school year smoothly.
Most importantly is, when do we start school? When is graduation? So if you have a senior next year, being able to identify when graduation is, you want to make sure you have family coming. So things like that.
The last day for anyone interested in making their vote count is this Wednesday. Rogers says they'll present the survey information to the board on Thursday. From there, they'll make a final decision on the new set calendar school year. Reporting in Sunnyside, Monique Ledesma for Apple Valley News Now.
Monique, thank you for that. Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, is just getting started. Coming up within the hour, the Tri-City Dust Devils were in the spotlight on ESPN. We'll tell you why.
But first,
I see these plates and not only enjoy how they add to the boring task of driving on the road, but I'm also happy to know that the purchase of the plate went to a good cause.
specialty license plates are everywhere with designs and proceeds supporting sports teams or good causes. Washington State, no exception. But why are they in the news now?
Plus, Stacy returns with a full look at your first alert forecast. Speaking of the Dust Devils, here's a live picture from their stadium in Pasco. We're back right after this.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was total. What about the vehicle? How am I going to get to work? How am I going to continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino presents a Mexican Mother's Day celebration with Mariachi Estrellas de Mexico, live on May 10th. Feel the rhythm, savor the vibes, and dance the night away with live mariachi melodies from Jalisco and Michoacan. Celebrate Mom and enjoy drink specials, dancing, and more. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com and the app. Feliz Dia de las Madres at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
Steel battery. Double your runtime. Get a free extra battery with select Steel tools. Shop in-store and online.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, around a pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
The Good Feet store just really helped me out. I mean, they gave me the right arch support for my feet, not somebody else's feet. Then it was like, okay, this is something special.
See for yourself with the free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Welcome back to the news at 6. All new at 6 from the Murrow News Fellow program. As high-stakes work continues on the budget, legislators are also spending time on a bill that would hit the pause button on implementing new specialty license plates.
But not before allowing up to 13 more of them. With over 70 plates in place, there's concern about how many of them are popular enough to break even. The bill raises the costs around special plates while also spending money to establish a plate work group. The bill is broadly supported, but some plate holders have expressed concerns about how much money they get from plate sales.
Senate Bill 5444 would make up to 13 new special design license plates, including ones for Mount St. Helens, Pickleball, and Smokey the Bear. The bill was negotiated by the late Senator Bill Ramos, who died unexpectedly this past weekend.
This work group will establish different parameters in terms of how many signatures you need to gather to put a specialty license plate, what the amount of money that these groups can raise on these specialty license plates. I'd like to hope that it happens this year. Again, this has Senator Ramos's fingerprints all over it, and I'd like to be able to, pull this across the finish line, kind of as a tribute to him.
Even though there's only 5 days left in the regular session and a lot of other issues for legislators to resolve, some lawmakers say there's a very good likelihood the bill will make it through. A committee vote is not yet scheduled for the bill, a necessary step to move forward with just days before session ends.
New tonight, Cafe Con Arte in Pasco is brewing up community with its new Coffee and Connections event. It's a new take on meeting new people in the Tri-Cities area. It's actually a speed friendship making event. How about that? It's this Thursday, again at Cafe Con Arte. That's on 430 West Columbia Street, Suite A in Pasco from 5:30 until 7 p.m. The owner says, here's what you can expect if you go.
Set up so it's a low risk. You start with a little bit of mingling for about 15-20 minutes at the very beginning, and then we have structured a kind of table to table, very very much like speed dating, but it's its own thing. So people get to meet each other at a rapid pace until the end of the event, where there's going to be a little bit more mingling time afterwards.
If you're looking to attend, you do have to register online. We have a link to this free event on our Apple Valley News Now website, and we'll have that up directly after this newscast.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Let's get into that weather forecast with a live look and our Legends Casino Skycam. Legends Casino, beautiful evening in Toppenish. Just a few clouds, but sunny skies on the hills out there. 62 degrees, and the winds are very light there in the area. We've been seeing breezier winds in the Columbia Basin so far this afternoon. Our temperature's pleasant. We're starting to cool down. We're in the 50s and 60s all through the area. 61 Sunnyside, 59 Ellensburg, 64 Tri-Cities, 61 in Walla Walla. A few degrees warmer than we were just 24 hours ago. It's 6 degrees warmer in Ellensburg right now, 2 degrees in the Tri-Cities, and 4 and 5 degrees from Pendleton into Walla Walla. And the winds have sort of picked up here in the Columbia Basin, much lighter when you get into the Yakima Valley. A little bit of a breeze along the foothills of the Blues for Walla Walla, Dayton, and Pendleton. But the winds are going to be not an issue for the next couple of days. That ridge of high pressure, that's going to start building and moving in. We have those clouds you saw on the camera there. That's what's kind of in the way tonight. but not bad. Tomorrow, things are looking good as we clear up. We're still having a northerly flow. That's going to start to shift, and we'll see winds start to move in from the south and west. But otherwise, that's when we'll see the warming trend. Next opportunity to see some showers. They're pretty low. You can see Ellensburg looking at possible showers on Friday and Saturday. Only a 20% chance on Friday. Friday, a 20% chance of rain showers in Yakima as well, with an even lesser chance on Saturday. Things ramp up, though, a little bit closer to the foothills of the Blues with a 40% chance of rain on Walla Walla. If we do get anything, we're thinking about 1/10 of an inch or less for the region, and Tri-Cities has a 10-20% chance through the weekend. So should mostly come in the form of clouds and maybe a light sprinkle, but overall pretty mild weather for the next several days. In fact, we are going to see a warming trend, and you'll see that tonight. Temperatures are a few degrees warmer than they were last night, with no frost advisories or freeze warnings in place for this evening. Planning your day tomorrow out the door, it's going to be in the 40s to start with. Look at the sunshine, 60s by midday, then we'll hit those 70-degree temps in some of our areas. There we go. Tri-Cities got a nice little run of 70-degree temperatures right on through Sunday, with a very slight chance of rain and those breezy winds. Yakima also looking good, as we're going to see a slight chance of showers, breezy winds, some 70s or close to 70s. Here's what it looks like in Ellensburg on the 7-day planner. We also have a couple of days hitting 70 degrees there, which will be just a little bit above average. Not bad. Pretty seasonal, though, heading into the weekend. Walla Walla has a better chance of rain there on Saturday. A little bit overcast in Walla Walla on Friday, but the temperatures will be comfortable. And taking a peek at Hermiston, a nice day Thursday. Look at that, 75 for 2 days in a row. Some breezy winds and a slight chance of showers. So pretty mild weather overall going through, just those winds come back. And this is typical for April. This is when we have our windy season here in the east. So, which is good. I was reading that the nuclear power plant is down, getting fixed right now. So the wind power is important right now. So something to think about on Earth Day.
A little extra tidbit there. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Stacey, thanks so much.
Coming up next, you're on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6.
The Seattle Kraken sharing some changes for next season, and we've got them right here when we come back.
A person's home may be their castle, but Legends Casino Hotel is your palace of prizes in April. Entries into the palace can only be earned by using your Legends Rewards card. Win between $2,000 and $8,000 every Thursday. Then on April 24th, we'll draw a winner for a shiny new Volkswagen Jetta. So, jet on over to the Palace of Prizes at Legends Casino Hotel in April. In the meantime, you can begin cleaning out that royal garage to make room for your new Volkswagen Jetta.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Spring is in the air, so let's fill it with music. At Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, our New Beginnings Spring Used Piano Sale is in full swing. From charming uprights to grand statement pieces, we've got gently loved pianos at prices that'll put a spring in your step. Each piano is expertly tuned, ready to play, and waiting for you. Spring into new beginnings today at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos in Richland, because life's more fun when you know how to play.
Walla Walla Sweets Baseball has been a beacon of our community's spirit for 14 seasons. But behind every swing and every catch lies the question, where do our players call home during the season? The answer is simple. With you, our incredible host families. It's more than just housing a player. It's about becoming part of their journey. Watching our boys chase their dreams is incredibly rewarding. Become a host family and be part of something bigger than the game. Together, we are Walla Walla Sweets.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
American Idol is new from ABC.
Watch Sundays and Mondays on Apple Valley News Now. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
The Seattle Kraken just announced more changes to their hockey operations department. Ron Francis will become the president of hockey operations after previously serving as the executive vice president and general manager since 2019. Having served previously as the assistant general manager, the new general manager and executive vice president is Jason Buttrell.
And check this out. According to a report from the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, Kilauea on Hawaii Island had lava beginning this morning at 3:20 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. The U.S. Geological Survey stated that the lava is overflowing from the south vent and over 20% of the floor. And that is in a crater which is just covered in lava. There have now been 18 episodes separated by pauses in activity since the eruption began. The region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. is coming up with stories you have yet to see.
And hey, we've got your weather update, so don't go anywhere for that. We'll be right back after this.
Jay Dalia, Jessica Jalal, and Josh Colbreth. Good morning, Northwest from Apple Valley News Now.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. But I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my two girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
Are you suffering with foot pain? Prosser Orthopedic Center podiatrist Dr. Jared Clifford is board certified and now accepting new patients. His services include arthroscopic ankle surgery, foot and ankle fractures, heel pain, diabetic foot care, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Clifford or learn more about podiatry services at Prosser Orthopedic Center, call 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org.
We think three-pointers should be called triple play.
And we brought in a basketball expert to support us.
Just former college and pro star Rob Sacre. So, Rob, what do we call, one of these?
Triple play. You know, shooting triple plays wasn't exactly my specialty.
Well, outside shooters are well outside our budget.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Rob, how did you score?
Now's the time for a great deal on the new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand, right now you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us Days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
It's time to lose your generic weather app. Scan this QR code to download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. It's the app you need from the team you trust.
The Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, only from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next, ET.
It felt good.
We're with Denzel Washington, breaking Broadway records and ready to face off against George Clooney.
I've lost my mind.
Plus, Penn Badgley on the end of You. Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
6:30 on the dot. Welcome to the region's only 6:30 p.m. news.
Look at that, timing it out.
Yeah, I'm Austin Reed alongside Wendy Redmond. We have made it to Tuesday, and the middle of the week is right around the corner.
Oh, I know it. And we've kind of been singing the same old song that the weather is great, but you know what? You will never see me complaining about being stuck in the 70s, right?
Oh, it's perfect. Stacey Lee joining us for the first look.
It's my favorite music, my favorite temperature, so, you know, we'll go with that. All right, Yakima Fed Skycam taking a peek outside. Look at it is lovely tonight, 64 degrees. Our winds are sustained at 11 miles per hour. Pretty nice out there, humidity at 30%, and just a lovely, lovely evening all around the area. Temperatures are in the 50s and 60s. We're going to be cooling down once again, much like yesterday, but a little bit warmer. We do have temperatures 5-6 degrees above where we were just 24 hours ago. Planning your evening, you can see we'll be in the 50s right around 8. So if you are heading out for a late evening walk, make sure you grab your coat. 40s by 10 p.m. Overall, the weather pattern, not a whole lot to see. There's a little bit of a system moving down right at the Oregon-California border down across Boise and then to the east. But other than that, it's pretty quiet around here. It is Earth Day, so do celebrate and hopefully do something green today. Clear and chilly tonight, warmer temps in the 70s, like we said. Breezy winds, they're going to return midweek towards the end, and then we'll have a cooler and breezy weekend. I'll give you all the details and see how much we're going to cool down then and how much we're going to warm up the rest of this week. Austin, Wendy.
Stacey, thank you for that. First at 6:30 in your news, global tributes are being paid after Pope Francis, history's first Latin American pontiff, died on Easter Monday.
The 88-year-old Argentinian died of a stroke and heart failure at his Vatican residence where he had lived since his election in 2013. Ian Rodriguez is in Vatican City with how people are remembering him and the latest plans for his funeral.
Entrò nella sua città, Gerusalemme. Seguiamo perciò il Signore, facendo memoria del suo ingresso salvifico, con fede e devozione.
And we apologize, doesn't look like this report has full audio right now. But like we have been saying, the tributes have been pouring in. You know, Pope Francis will be remembered for his passionate defense of the planet and really the plight of migrants and achieving peace through diplomacy. The Pope's final words were released by Vatican officials this morning. They were said to his personal nurse, who helped the Pope make a surprise appearance on Easter Sunday shortly before his death. Quote, "Thank you for bringing me back to the square," he said, end quote. We do want to point out as well, coming up tonight at 8 right here on ABC, we'll have a special in-depth report about the Pope's life.
Yes, so in the U.S., you probably have noticed this. The White House has ordered all state and federal American flags to be flown at half-staff, and we can see that throughout our community.
Yeah, for sure. All right, now let's get to some more local news tonight. Just after 4:30 this morning, Yakima County District 5 units were sent to a structure fire on the 900 block of Upper Bank Lane. Firefighters say a small blaze broke out in a single-wide trailer. Numerous law enforcement were already on scene due to a report of an assault at the same address. Officials say Wapato PD used a fire extinguisher to knock down the blaze. Fire personnel did find several hotspots. Tribal PD is now investigating. All new at 6:30, Boeing has landed a deal to sell portions of its aviation software business. Today, the company announced the more than $10.5 billion deal with a company called Thoma Bravo. The agreement includes selling digital tools and services for aviation operations like a flight planning provider and a navigation app. Boeing is trying to cut costs and raise money as the plane maker continues to struggle after several notable incidents involving its aircraft in recent years.
The Department of Education announced it will restart collecting federal student loans in default starting May 5th. It will end a roughly 5-year-long pandemic-era pause and could impact more than 5 million borrowers. Student loans go into default after 270 days without payment. The department is urging borrowers in default to start making a monthly payment, enroll in an income-driven repayment plan, or to sign up for loan rehabilitation. If not, the federal agency could order non-federal employers to withhold a percentage of an employee's income to pay the delinquent debt.
And turning to the environment, today marks the 55th annual Earth Day, a day to celebrate Mother Nature and the planet we all share. Events are being held across America and around the globe, including community festivals and tree plantings. This year's theme is Our Power, Our Planet, focusing on renewable energy and climate action. It comes as more countries call for protections of our air, water, forests, and wildlife from industrial pollution and harmful greenhouse gases. And in the meantime, Ben Franklin Transit is celebrating their commitment to sustainability and environmentally conscious transportation with free fare on all buses and dial-a-ride trips today and the rest of tonight. This comes as BFT introduced their brand new electric bus to the public over the weekend over at the Reach Museum in Richland. Their motto for the rest of this month: ride with us toward a greener, brighter Tri-Cities.
A big congratulations goes out to 4 local heroes who just completed a life-changing mission. At the Benton County Justice Center, family, friends, and court officials gathered to celebrate 4 new graduates of the Veterans Therapeutic Court. The VTC began in 2019. It offers veterans a second chance through a voluntary program focused on rehabilitation rather than incarceration.
I'm really proud. As a combat vet myself, I struggle with, mental health disorders just as well as they do, and we can work together and get through this mission together to overcome, mental health and or drug abuse.
The court was the vision of Judge Dan Catherine and former prosecutor Andy Miller, along with support from the Mattis family. Since joining the program 4 years ago, Taurus has seen 20 veterans successfully graduate. Again, a big congrats to the latest 4, proof that with support, compassion, and determination, new beginnings are always possible.
All right, still ahead on the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m.
Well, fish listed as endangered under the Endangered Species Act is getting some help to protect them in the future.
Yeah, that's coming up in tonight's edition of Fly the Northwest. And the 70s continue.
Hey, we're rocking out to the 70s,
yeah,
and we are not complaining. We're loving this weather, but how long can it continue?
Yeah, Stacey's up next with your full First Alert forecast. Remember our new First Alert weather app as well. Just download it today by using this QR code right there on the right-hand side of your screen. Stay with us, everybody.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At Neurostim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
Here comes Tracy Lawrence, live for one night only. Friday, September 5th, Legends Casino Hotel.
Those alibis and light eyes.
All the hits.
Time marches on.
All night long with CMA and ACM Warbler.
Paint me a burning hand.
Tracy Lawrence. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Friday, September 5th at Legends Casino Hotel.
Gather the family and come on down to the 62nd Annual Parade of Gems, April 25th through the 27th in the Modern Living Building at the Fairgrounds. Go back in time as we present fossils of the Northwest and beyond. See demonstrations on gold panning, wire wrapping, lapidary, and more. Dozens of vendors will be offering rock and mineral specimens and jewelry too. There will be games, door prizes, and more. Doors open at 10 a.m. Come one, come all to the 62nd Annual Parade of Gems, April 25th through the 27th at the Fairgrounds in Yakima.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house has the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
It's the mother of all giveaways, where one lucky viewer wins this awesome Mother's Day collection. Check it out. Enter to win each day on the contest page at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. From Jewelry Design Center, The Flower Bar, Curve Appeal, Fiction, and AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Discover Curve Appeal in Kennewick, your personalized med spa. Experience our one-on-one services and treatments designed to make you look and feel your best. From laser hair removal or electrolysis to Botox or body contouring and laser treatments, we tailor our services to your unique needs. Our medical professionals ensure you leave feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Ready to look and feel your best? Visit CurveAppealTC.com to schedule your consultation.
Welcome back, everybody. New at 6:30 now, the Richland School District is having its school board meeting right now with a few big talking points.
The board is considering making some changes to its curriculum, including eliminating a policy. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma is in Richland tonight for us, hoping to find out why these changes may happen and what that means for the next school year. Monique?
Well, that is one topic on the school agenda this afternoon, but another topic is the Richland School District budget deficit, and the Richland Education Association president is joined here live with me. Can you tell me what made you guys decide to come out and voice your guys' voice tonight?
Yeah, well, we're very concerned that the district is cutting 5 of our nurses who are part of our certificated bargaining unit, and then also making the decision to take the secondary librarians out of our middle schools and high schools. We have a lot of concerns. These are student-facing employees, meaning they interact with students on a daily basis. The nurses keep our students safe, and the librarians are there helping them research, helping them find books, helping them grow with their literacy and all of their skills. So we have concerns about those cuts.
And then what does it mean to you guys to be able to let the school board know how these cuts will impact you guys?
Well, as a teacher, I believe in civic responsibility. So having the ability to come with the elected officials to share with them our own thoughts, whether you are a nurse, a teacher, a librarian, a para-educator, a family member, a student, to be able to share that with the people who are elected to make these decisions is really important. So we would not be here tonight to show our support, and some of our members are going to speak up tonight.
All right, thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview with me. As to the curriculum cut, we'll have more information on that tomorrow morning on Good Morning Northwest and on Apple Valley News Now. For now, I'll be sending it back to the desk. Reporting in Richland, Monique Ledesma for Apple Valley News Now.
All right, thank you, Monique. Sturgeon, a fish familiar in the Columbia River system, dates back more than 175 million years. The Kootenai River white sturgeon, even more unique.
Yeah, it's been on the endangered list since 1994, and the Idaho Department of Fish and Game is working to try and bring back the great fish.
We're here
on the Kootenai River with Idaho Department of Fish and Game crew set lining for adult sturgeon. Adult sturgeon are iconic species on the Kootenai River. They have tremendous spiritual and cultural value to the Kootenai Tribe of Idaho and tremendous recreational and economic importance to the citizens of Idaho. These fish were once abundant in the Kootenai River, but due to land use and operations at Libby Dam, they're no longer able to spawn and reproduce successfully. We're out here catching adult sturgeon to weigh, measure, and tag them to learn about their abundance or numbers of fish out here, how well they survive, how well they grow, when they reach sexual maturity, and learn about cues that help them migrate to places where they can spawn successfully. Currently, it's not legal to fish for sturgeon on the Kootenai River, even to catch and release. This is because these fish are listed as endangered under the Endangered Species Act, and we're trying to protect the fish that we have now so that we'll have them into the future. And by rebuilding the population, we hope to have opportunity for people to fish for sturgeon in the future. These are the largest and longest lived fish in Idaho. Some of these fish can live to 100 years or more, and it can take them 25 years or more to reach sexual maturity. We pull the line in, then the fish will be loaded into a stretcher and winched onto the boat. The stretcher we can put water in that stretcher once it's on the boat so that we have the fish in water to keep it alive and healthy.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And the perfect Earth Day story there. And a great evening. No game tonight, but it would be lovely at Dust Devil Stadium if you were there. 64 degrees, winds are at 11 miles per hour. Traffic out on I-182 looking good tonight, so it would be a gorgeous night to be at Dust Devil Stadium. We'll keep you up to date when the next game will be, and we can actually watch it there on the camera. Temperatures are nice, 50s and 60s all through the region. After dark now, we'll start to cool down pretty rapidly. You'll see those 40s and 50s. Temperatures, though, are a few degrees above where we were just 24 hours ago. Some of us 5 and 6 degrees warmer, and we'll continue to see that trend. We've got this ridge of high pressure that's going to start moving in. That's going to create warmer conditions, and not a lot going on. We've had that northerly flow of winds. That's the colder air. It's going to start to transition, though, and we're going to see a southwesterly flow of winds and a little bit warmer. Now, there is a little slight system moving in on the weekend, and we've been seeing the numbers go down. We could see about a 20% chance of rain in Ellensburg, 10% on Saturday in Yakima. Walla Walla has a better chance of seeing maybe some showers there on Saturday, about a 40% chance. We're expecting very light rain at most, maybe a 1/10 of an inch total accumulation. Tri-City's not bad, a slight chance of rain. I don't think so on Friday. Might see a sprinkle in the morning on Saturday, but other than that, we're going to stay dry. Now, it's calm, clear, and chilly tonight with everybody down in the 30s. Remember, we had the freeze warning last night. We're going to be just above that, but still on the chilly side, so some of those low-lying areas could see those temperatures hovering just above freezing. 40s to start your day, 60s by the middle of the day, and even some of us in the 70s by the late afternoon for tomorrow. Good looking weather forecast. Tri-City's beautiful. Look at that. We're going to see close to 80 degrees on Friday, staying in those 70-degree temps right on through Sunday and into next week. Yakima also looking pretty good. 74, the warm day on Friday. Look for those breezy winds with very slight chances of rain. Overall, pretty mild forecast. We've got some windy conditions, though, for Ellensburg, and that will be the case, especially on Saturday and Sunday. We could see 30 and 40 mile-an-hour gusts. Temperatures staying in the 70s through Friday, a little bit cooler as we head into next week in the Ellensburg area. For Walla Walla, take a peek at Saturday. That's when you'll see those breezy winds. A fairly good chance of seeing a shower or two there, but again, not heavy rain by any means, and several days of sunshine in 70s. Same thing in Hermiston. We've got those nice warm temperatures, 75, cooling down into the 60s there with those breezy winds. So great looking forecast, very mild weather, and we'll finish things up here in just a bit with your reason to smile. There's more news at 6:30 when we come right back.
You've probably had a few close calls in traffic, seeing someone just before they see you, having to honk your horn, or even slam on your brakes. But if your luck runs out, don't gamble with the system. Play it safe and get legal help.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is bringing you an electrifying night with the iconic Grammy-nominated rock band Queensryche on Sunday, May 25th. Feel the energy and experience chart-topping hits like Jet City Woman and Silent Lucidity. Now's your chance to witness the unmistakable sound of one of rock's most celebrated bands, who've sold over 30 million albums worldwide. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app. Plus, every ticket is good for $5 free play. Queensryche at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun! Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
Tri-City Americans office, this is Savin Verk. Season tickets? Yeah, of course. How about right next to the opposing team's penalty box? Just make sure to bang on the glass when Spokane takes a penalty. No, they love it, trust me.
For more than a decade, Farxiga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Farxiga.
Feeling overwhelmed? It's time to shed your worries, literally. At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got the perfect shed to clear the clutter, create space, and bring peace to your life. Man cave, playhouse, done. Want something custom? We'll build it just the way you want it. And we deliver for free. Spring is here. Shed the mess, shed the stress. See dealer for special pricing. Visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds today, 3680 West Van Giesen in West Richland.
Closed head and spinal injuries can bring anyone's active life to a sudden halt. Allen Brecky Law Offices help trauma victims on the road to recovery. We understand what you're going through and are serious about helping you.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar? Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05, Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, everybody. Time now for What's Trending. Of course, I would say all three of us are big fans of the Tri-City Dust Devils.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Guess what happened today?
For a minor league promotion of the week, this time Shay and I are focused on the new look of the former Tri-City Dust Devils, Angels High A affiliate. They became the Columbia River Rooster Tails tonight against Everett.
Look at that!
Ooh.
They're getting a shout out on ESPN.
That's pretty cool.
Tails.
And I have a Rooster Tail hat.
Okay.
But their new logo this year, I don't have any gear yet, and I really like it. It's the T and the C. I don't know. I saw it. I need to get some gear.
All right. Yeah, we got to check out that fan shop, right?
Right. Exactly.
Cool.
So they're playing Everett tonight. Let's wish them well.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Another thing that is trending, and you've got this story.
Yeah, the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days announced an acoustic performance by Austin. No, just kidding. Austin Jenks and Cody Beebe as the opening act for Three Doors Down. They will open the fair when it kicks off Wednesday, August 27th. Tickets available now.
Now, you spent a lot of time at the fair. Right, back in the day?
Many years at many fairs. But yeah, I was at Walla Walla Fair actually last year.
Okay.
And Cody Beebe opened for that band as well. They are an amazing local band if you've never seen them.
Okay.
And of course, Three Doors Down if you're a fan of 80s rock. So
yeah, sure.
Anyway, they should be good too. So.
Well, yeah, because he announced earlier he was blasting the 90s music out of his car with the windows rolled down. So
that's my jam.
There you go.
That's my jam. All right, we're going to do a reason to smile. You want to do a little tease of what the photo looks like?
It's a beautiful photo, great photog. Thanks for sending, and keep them coming, please. I'll tell you how in just a minute.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $4,500 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Saturday, April 26th, get the best deals on wristbands for the best week of summer. Come to Ranch and Home in Kennewick and get your Carnival wristbands for only $30. The fun of the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo lasts 5 days, but this sale is 1 day only. So don't miss out on these savings. Saturday, April 26th at Kennewick Ranch and Home. Learn more at bentonfranklinfair.com.
Spring into fun. Join Mid-Columbia Libraries for Dia del Niño y los Libros, a joyful festival of children and books on May 2nd in Prosser and May 3rd in Cornell. Don't miss our highly anticipated spring book sale. Discover literary treasures at incredible prices for readers of all ages, April 30th through May 4th at the Kennewick Library on Union. All proceeds support library programs and services for our community. Visit midcolumbialibraries.org for more details.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Are you suffering with foot pain? Prosser Orthopedic Center podiatrist Dr. Jared Clifford is board certified and now accepting new patients. His services include arthroscopic ankle surgery, foot and ankle fractures, heel pain, diabetic foot care, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Clifford or learn more about podiatry services at Prosser Orthopedic Center, call 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
And welcome back. You're going to love this. Your reason to smile today. Come take a look at your screen tonight. Great photo from our friend Rick Zimmerman. Now, Rick, thank you for telling us the type of flower that you got. Now, this is a wildflower, and you'll see these on the mountains around here. It's Carey's balsam root. So that's what it looks like, and those grow native here around the area. There's some beautiful flowers that grow here in the desert, which is great. So thanks, Rick, for getting that. QR code, top of the screen there, grab that. That's how you can get your photo on television, or simply go to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click on the weather tab, and you'll see upload your photo. Reason to Smile is all brought to you by Lifetime Dental Care. All right, let's plan your day for tomorrow. Again, out the door, the 40s, a little coolish, but look at that. I see nothing but sunshine for the entire day, and it's not really going to be windy tomorrow either, so it's going to be one of those perfect days to be outside with temperatures right there at 70 degrees. Next 7 days, there you go. Look at that forecast, just keeps looking better and better and better. I like that. Very slight chance of some rain this weekend, more than likely not going to happen. Maybe a sprinkle like we had over the weekend. Looking pretty good. Now the breezy winds are going to pick back up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A little bit windier when you get towards Ellensburg. Walla Walla has a better chance of rain on Saturday. So good looking forecast, guys. I'm happy. And I'm happy when I see those weather photos with beautiful native flowers, native vegetation.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yep.
Those were really pretty.
Yep, very pretty.
I love that picture. Definitely a reason to smile.
Yep.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight on the news.
Hoping your news is good news.